up to the microphone and addressing the council.
Council President, council members, thank you very much. It's been a long road in our fight for a park in Southwest Hoboken. Back in 2006, I was one of several community members for the original Southwest Parks Coalition Steering Committee. And I remember being petrified speaking before the City Council. My commitment to a Southwest Park led to my running for Fourth Ward City Council. And since that time, this City Council and previous City Councils have repeatedly expressed unanimous support for the creation of a park in Southwest Hoboken. And now I come before you today to say it's time for us, all of us, to put our money where our mouth is. It's time for us to show we mean what we say by finally delivering on the first part of what ultimately could become a large park in Southwest Hoboken. This could finally be the start of a park that benefits all Hoboken residents, and especially the underserved Fourth Ward residents. Expressing support in election time mailer is easy, but when we make those promises, we have an obligation to deliver more than words. We have an obligation to deliver the park that we all have promised. I'd like to just take a few moments to address some of the concerns that I have heard from council members. I know that some council members may feel that redevelopment or the rehab process is somehow the less expensive way of creating a park space, because instead of writing a check, we can get the land or park for free. And I just want to be clear, I mean, nothing really is for free. And it's going to, if we do it through that process, it's going to require increased densities, and there'll be a provision for the valuable development rights that will go with that. Some council members have expressed concern that this land, part of Block 12 that we're proposing tonight, is too small for a park. So why would we bother with acquiring it? First, if the City Council designates the area in need of rehab or redevelopment, then you will be in a position to expand the size of the park. And I want to say to all of you that I will work to create a larger park. But I ask you to recognize that even a 1 acre park would benefit the community. Just as the 1 acre parks at 1500 Park and Maxwell Place serve Northwest residents, so too would a 1 acre park in Southwest Hoboken. And finally, I will say that Fourth Ward residents are just as entitled to adequate park space as residents in other neighborhoods. The closest dog run is a full 15 to 20 minute walk away in Church Square Park. For those who think Church Square Park is too crowded, enabling Hoboken residents to use a park in their neighborhood would be a huge benefit and help alleviating the overcrowding that we all see in Church Square Park. And finally, many of you have expressed concern with regard to eminent domain. And I want to say that I strongly oppose the use of the so-called kilo eminent domain, which involves taking property from one owner to another for development purposes. But I believe eminent domain for park space truly represents an important public purpose. As elected officials, we must use the city's resources as wisely as possible while working to improve the quality of life for all Hoboken residents. If we are truly committed to providing more parks in Hoboken, then the only way to responsibly do this is to use all of the tools that are legally available to the city, including eminent domain for park space. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, this council needs to fully understand before you take a vote that a no vote means risking $3 million in county grant money. For the last year, my administration has worked with you and been guided by your votes. Most recently, the council voted 9-0 on March 7th for the city to send offer letters to Block 12 property owners. Turning around and asking us to consider completely different properties at the last minute is quite frankly a mirage the public will see right through. You may want to look like you support a park in the Southwest, but in reality you will be failing to support the first concrete steps taken to acquire land for a park in Southwest Hoboken. So if you're committed to a park in Southwest Hoboken, if you want to make certain that the city does not lose $3 million in grant money, then I urge you to please vote yes tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.